Sarah, Christine, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Nailed it.
We all are part of the Unexpected Productions Ensemble. That's how we know each other. And you've both been there since 2015.
Yeah.
Yes.
Joined in the same cohort.
We did.
We did indeed. When did you join?
2001.
Oh, wow.
I was
Wow.
5 years old.
I was going to say you were just a baby.
Just a baby. The
Same.
only
like
time
it.
they ever let a toddler join the company.
Yep.
It was unprecedented. But is that where you two met then, obviously? Was it the theater?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Met and fell in love.
It's true.
Our first show on stage together was Danger Games, Improvised
Yes.
Hunger Games. And I have the honor of being Sarah's first stage kiss. Was that true?
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah, Christine was my first stage kiss right before I died tragically in the crushioning, if I remember correctly, for Danger Games.
And I said, I'm never letting her go.
Oh.
And here we are. I wrote a show. Christine helped we write the show Christmas Cookies. It was a holiday musical variety show.
Yes.
That was a lot of
so
fun.
fun. At the Pocket.
It is now no longer there, which is
another
a super
Seattle
bummer.
theater.
Yeah, a little Seattle theater, Black Box, Guy Nelson.
Your mom made the most amazing holiday aprons for each of us. And they went, depending on who your character was, you had a apron that fit your character. And they're just beautiful. And I still have mine and I love it.
They're very cute. She even made aprons for the puppets that were in the show as well.
Yeah. Above and beyond. That's amazing. And you had both had established improv histories before coming to the theater then, right?
Yes.
Say Sarah more so than me. You did legit. Like, you are a legit improviser.
Can one be a legit improviser?
Well, you can.
Okay.
You are it.
Then thank you. That's very generous.
Yeah. They found me just kicking rocks down in Pike Place.
Mm-hmm.
For you, Sarah, that was in Orlando?
Well, I went to Second City in Chicago.
Let
me back up. I went to New York for like a Second City intensive right before I graduated from college. And then my friend and I moved to Chicago together and we did the Second City thing. And I was a part of their musical improv house ensemble for a year. Then I moved to Orlando to work at Walt Disney World and various other theme parks. And there I worked with SAC Comedy Lab, which is an improv theater there. And then I moved here.
How about you, Christine?
I watched Whose Line Is It Anyway growing up over and over and over again.
No, me too.
And said, well, I'm going to do that one day. And so the first thing I did when I got to college, Willamette University, go Bearcats, down in Salem, Oregon, I went to join the improv troupe. And so there was a group of 4 of us.
Yeah.
Who would do really bad improv at the coffee shop. And it was terrible.
At a coffee shop?
Yeah, at the on-campus coffee shop. It was not good.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And I got my little performer rush. I'm like, oh, this is funny. And then when I graduated, I just started auditioning in Seattle for shows because I wanted to be a performer. And I still loved improv. And so I think my first Seattle improv gig was with Seattle Experimental, Janine Clark's theater. Yeah. And so we did improvised wedding horror stories. And it was hilarious. And I did a couple shows with them, a couple shows at Jet City. And then the day after my wedding, I auditioned for Unexpected Productions and I got in as a
because you have to be married.
Yes. That's the rule they told me.
The ensemble. And now that, speaking of which, you now have a business that you run with your husband, right? A tax business?
Yes, we do taxes, payroll, bookkeeping,
all the fun. How does that relate to your creative world, if at all?
It doesn't really relate to the creative world. I mean, I make the spreadsheets look pretty, but mostly I like doing the extremes of everything. I feel like as a Capricorn, if I'm going to do something, I do it 100% extreme. So, in business life, we do taxes, we do bookkeeping, we do all the financials. And then I go on stage and just get to make up nonsense. Yeah, mostly improv just helps with clients. You can talk to anyone because you know how to relate to anyone.
That's what I was going to say, because a large part of this podcast, Think Like an Improviser, is the applied improv part of it and finding even the most tenuous connections to justify what we do. Beyond
I find improvisers are great at interviewing, like giving that first interview. Like, yeah, because you can just yes and whatever the manager is saying. And they're like, oh, we're going to be best friends. And you're like, no, I'm just really good in the scene.
And they're like, can you give this next answer in the style of Shakespeare?
Exactly. Would you like me to sing about this? Yeah.
I guess there is a reason that applied improv is so popular in the corporate world. It does actually help with the communication, with the collaboration.
Ideally, yeah. I remember once in college, my friend, there was a person that was a really, really challenging person to be around.
Say their name.
Well, this person was in the kitchen
Yeah.
with us, and we were cooking and whatever, and they left. And one of my friends said, "Oh my God, do you even like me? Because I have no idea if you actually like anyone because you're so good at faking it with this person." And I'm like, "Oh no, now I seem like a sociopath." Because I'm like, "I promise I like you." But she's like, "You could say that for anybody."
Yeah. You just promised them. Who are you?
It's like a
The
reality
mask
show.
is coming off. Here it is. Turns out, no. But that is to say, yeah, improv and performance and connectivity and listening and all of that can absolutely be used for good or evil.
Yeah.
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 Social
To keep the
engineering.
peace in the dorms or just to get through an interview. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great at the holidays if you're seeing family you don't really see often. And you just need to, and then you need to find a quick ending for the scene you're in. You find that punchline and then you're out. And then you get away and go to the other room.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh, they're so funny. Oh, Chrissy with her jokes. Little do they know I'm off stage going, oh my God.
It helps that you have a tech person to follow you around and do a blackout whenever you
Yes. I'm trying to figure that out too. Yeah.
just sneak off the stage.
Yes.
Awesome. And so you two came together with your superpower improv skills at Unexpected Productions. And it seems like you've been drawn to this holiday theme in a couple of different forms now, a couple of different shows. What is it about that particular holiday theme and genre that inspires you?
Well, we should probably back up to really get to the meat of it. Christmas 1984. A baby is born in St. Joe's Hospital, Tacoma, Washington. That baby is me, Christine Noel.
It'd be weird
I
if
know
it
where
wasn't.
you would have been at the time. Little toddler wandering
I
around.
was too. Yeah.
Yeah. Just toddling around, enjoying the holiday.
Yep.
As you do. But yeah, no, I love Christmas so much. I love it. It's wonderful. There are lights. I'm already like depressed that it's going to be over soon. That's how much I love it.
It's
Is
too
like
soon.
Right?
We only have 2 more weeks. Not
I
even.
know. And then it's just going to be sadness.
Mm-hmm.
I love Christmas. And when Sarah did her podcast and she had me on to talk about Christmas, I said, oh, here we go. This is what we've been training for. And we had so much fun because though the holiday movies that we recreate are just about joy, they always end happy. You know exactly how it's going to go. But you know you're going to have a fun time getting there. And you know at the end, you might not even get to Christmas. It might just be Christmas Eve. And you're going to save the bakery. Mm-hmm. The school is going to keep going. Grandma's going to get her heart medication. Like something's going to happen. And then 2 people are going to fall in love because Christmas. And what is more fun than that? Like, as much as I love a gritty drama, I really just like people being joyful.
Mine is similar. When I was 2, I felt a rumbling in the universe.
Oh, that was me.
On Christmas.
The child is born.
What is this star I see to the west?
And it was my headshot.
A
Already,
newborn's
yeah.
headshot.
It's me with one hair. Bink.
I also have always really super duper loved Christmas, even though I mean, there are so many things that you can be crabby about Christmas, and folks can be real crabby about it sometimes. And I don't care. I love everything about it. And I love the movies that we watch because I'm also a big fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Mm-hmm. That was a huge part of my formative days of watching terrible movies. And although these movies, I mean, are you gonna be mad when I'm gonna call them kind of terrible a little bit?
Well, there's a different no. Yes, no. And also
this is where we have our huge falling out.
Oh my God. No.
We've captured it.
In the documentary of our lives. This is where we have the original footage of the falling out.
They have the one.
No, they are terrible. They're
Yeah.
usually not acted well. The
Mm-mm.
chemistry isn't there.
No.
You can see like the other movie being filmed behind it in the back of the shots. Like it's not great. And it's predictable. The dialogue is bad. They're terrible.
It's so good.
But there's that like sweet spot where if you find one where maybe they have a little more chemistry and maybe, you know, if you're really into theater, this one's in a theater. Or for me, I love all the royal romances. If I get a great castle, I'm like, yes, let's watch them fall in love.
She loves a prince.
I love finding a prince.
Switch.
Yes.
Princess
Christmas
Switch.
daughter went royal. Yes. Somehow.
So these movies, they check all the boxes for me. In fact, there's even occasionally on Instagram or other places, I'll just be like, orphan, check.
Yep.
Oh, misunderstanding, check. A kids program's going to be shut down, check.
Snowball fight?
Check.
Yep.
A festive drink? Check. And there's just something so satisfying and beautiful and joyful about that. And, you know, in general, I think everything should be colorful and bright and decorated. And this is a time of year where a lot of people agree with that. Yes. And so everything is bright and decorated. I mean, if I had it my way, we would decorate all year round for just about everything.
Right.
So yeah, that's sort of my happy place.
Yeah. There's a great line and there's a Community episode where they do it like a spin-off of Glee or a send up to Glee. And Abed has a great line where he goes, I just like liking things, I guess. I'm like, oh yeah, that sums up Christmas. I just like liking things. Like, it's nice.
It is
one of their holiday episodes I watched again recently with when they had to take over for the choir.
Glee Club, yeah.
The Glee Club, yeah. And the bus got ran off the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they all have their different songs that they sing, and it's amazing.
See, that's where that's my go-to for holiday spirit is usually classic sitcoms and trying to find just the holiday episodes.
Oh yeah. We'll spend a whole Andrew, my husband, my betrothed, who got me into the improv theater because we got married. That's a callback. He and I will basically spend a whole evening going through all the Frasier holiday episodes.
They're
just so fun. I love them. It's just I adore them so much.
I'm a Bob's Burger gal myself.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I find all the Thanksgiving episodes. Actually, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Like they
cover it all.
They do.
I find a sitcom will usually commit to one holiday. Like I feel like Friends really did it with Thanksgiving. Frasier has Christmas. Seinfeld, Festivus. Like I don't know.
Seinfeld's. So I actually asked AI what are the holiday episodes of Seinfeld, and it gave me a list. And it says there are a few that have Christmas references, but it says none of them are particularly festive. Like the AI is already like judging it.
Yeah.
And it's true. I went back and watched like the Red Dot episode with the sweater, if you remember the cashmere sweater.
Yeah.
That's around Christmas time, but there's just kind of like a few references here and there. And the Festivus one obviously is the most specific.
And Seinfeld, it's not the most holly jolly show. I'm gonna say it. That's my hot take.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Come at me, Jerry. I'm ready
for
you.
Whoa.
The Seinfeldites are gonna come at me.
It seems like the Hallmark cliches, though, do have that stand-in for corporate versus authentic holidays, and it's always around the love interest, right?
Of course. Yeah. She has to leave her big city job to go be, little Susie Reindeer Farm.
Yep.
With her high school boyfriend who never left town, never did anything else. No, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Yeah. And that's the thing with romance, there's a thin line between psychotic and completely romantic. Like, depending on who the person is and if the feelings go both ways, like it can be, oh, he left me a letter every single day telling me he loved me. And then he drew a picture of us and said, you're mine forever. Or it could be, oh my God, he left me a note every day and drew a picture saying, you're mine forever. I got to get a restraining order. So it's just like, just depending on how you look at it, it's either the worst thing that could happen to you or the best thing that could happen to you.
It's like one
That's
of those
why,
movies that
romance and horror are so closely interlinked.
Well, they even took Elf and recut it, the trailer as a horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I've seen The Shining as a boy getting to know his father sort of family tale.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's very cute. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it could go either way.
yeah. Yeah, I think Love Actually, they have one of those too where they cut the trailer again and he's like, "To me, you are perfect." And then you just see Emma Thompson crying over Alan Rickman. And you're just like, oh, this is, yeah, ooh. Here's my hot take again. Because of all the streaming and how we consume media now, everyone, we have what, 34 new Hallmark Christmas movies. We have 20 on Lifetime. We have all of this stuff. But then Netflix, I think with A Christmas Prince, maybe 6 or 7 years ago when that came out, they kind of leaned into making fun of the genre. And now more companies are doing that. So it feels like we've gone to where, well, this movie makes fun of the Hallmark movie, but this one actually is a Hallmark movie, but this one's trying to be a serious movie, but it came off as more of a Hallmark movie, so it's actually bad. But you get this like roundabout thing where it feels like it's harder to actually find just the pure nonsense.
Yeah.
Because there's so much.
The Lindsay Lohan one from last year
That was great.
perfect.
Yes.
It
where
was
she falls down the
winky.
mountain and has
Falling for
amnesia?
Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you know it.
Of course.
It had from the very first scene, she skis down a hill. This is not when she hurts herself yet. Sorry, spoilers. There is just a random giant Christmas tree at the bottom of a ski hill.
Yep.
And that's when I'm like, oh, we're here.
Yeah.
We have arrived. This is going to be amazing.
Yes.
And it was.
And that is something I need in my holiday movie. I need to know that the set decorator was like, I have gift cards to Michael's and we're going big. I need it to look like Christmas because was it 2 years ago? Christmas in the Wild?
Oh, God.
With Rob Lowe, where I'm like, Rob Lowe's attractive, but I didn't see a Christmas tree for about an hour into the movie.
Yeah. How are we supposed to know?
Yeah, I don't know it's Christmas. You're telling me it's Christmas, but
where's the tree?
And I guess I'm a traditionalist in that sense. And now we are getting a little Christmas needs a tree and it needs an angel atop the tree.
Doesn't need just a tree. I'm happy with that.
I want lights. I want sparkle. I want tinsel.
Yeah. What if he was just like carrying around a baby Jesus and never mentioning it for the entire movie?
Well, he was. And that was weird to me because I'm like, pretty sure that should be baby Christine because it's my birthday.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
I've been
my
confused
weird
my whole
tradition
life.
is to watch bad holiday movies like that, but not really watch them, like have them on my iPad off to the side while I play video games and drink like a hot toddy. And so I have these weird associations of playing like Assassin's Creed or something, and then just like the narrative somehow bleeding over into that.
Fantastic. Are there hay bales with like love interests in them in Assassin's Creed?
Right when they finally got together and overcame their differences, I jumped out from behind the hay bale and murdered the evil vicar or whatever it was.
Oh,
yeah.
So that we just watched Violent Night. It came out last year. Or David Harbour from Stranger Things plays like Santa who was a Viking warrior. Okay. And he basically, it's Die Hard, where he is John McClane and has to save this family that got kidnapped at Christmas. And it is so funny.
Is it?
Because they're just spoofing a bunch of, there's a Home Alone thing in it.
Oh.
And he looks at the camera and says like, Santa Claus has come to town. It is so goofy. And I just kept laughing like, they what? What? And he licks a candy cane and shoves it in the guy's head. So it's not a family-friendly holiday movie, but I was dying, and I'm just like, oh my God, they really did this.
All right, I'm going to add it to the list.
It's so funny.
I've been hesitant because this girl can't do gritty anymore. I just can't.
It's funny violent.
But yeah, I can do funny. I can do comedy if it's over the top. If we get into realism.
Yeah. I mean, there's like jelly blood, like.
Perfect.
And just, yeah, it's so goofy. A guy falls right on an icicle and is like, and the needle drops they play because they'll play like classic Christmas songs and all of a sudden da, 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 and it's so funny. Yeah, right. I think you guys might dig it.
All right. Yeah.
I can't imagine where they go from here with everything having been done at this point, especially for the volume of different holiday movies.
Yeah.
And series. But we watched for the first time with my 8-year-old daughter Home Alone, which she loved and Kevin's supposed to be 8 in that movie, which just astounds me, that he could have done all of that.
Catherine O'Hara is supposed to be, or she was 36 when she filmed it.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine having all those children at 36? And also, look at her gorgeous house.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Different time. Different time.
Different time.
I don't know how they did it. And that house was only
The
$20,000.
economy run
and
away
my
and ruined everything with
and my
triple
8-year-old also kept talking about
economics.
how Kevin's mom was a Karen. So
Ha!
Oh, I hope not. Although
Disagree.
she's not a great mom, but I get it.
Who
there are
is?
moments. There are Karen moments, but I think overall she's redeemable.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
And you
I'd
gotta love
leave
John
Kevin at
Candy in
home
that too.
too.
Yeah.
When we were watching it this year, I was wondering if the attic was heated. Because I'm like,
Oh,
they're
that's a good
leaving their
point.
son up there to sleep, and it doesn't look like there's any insulation, and
You're
it's snowing.
right.
But there's like little things. Well, and that movie's so great. Like the opening scene, every little thing you notice, like, oh, they spilled on the passport, so all the passports got shuffled, and there's little bits and little lines where you're like, oh, that's why they can't do this, and that's why this happened. So it's a
Huh.
tight script.
All right. No
But
holes.
then there's no insulation in the attic where they let their 8-year-old son sleep alone.
Well, they don't like him anyway.
Yeah.
It's a
So
dark
that's
alternative version where he was just found frozen, in the
well,
morning.
then
And
it's The Shining, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question though. What is your favorite holiday movie? Or if you have a couple, that's okay, because it's okay to have favorites.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember as a kid having a soft spot for Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Aww.
Here we go. Oh,
Aww.
I love Elf, of course.
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody brought up that The Long Kiss Goodnight is one of those forgotten, like, Die Hard genre type of Christmas
I
movies,
don't
and it
know
really is.
that.
Have you seen
I
that
don't
with
know
Gina
that
Davis?
movie. No, and I love Gina Davis. I should watch
Oh, you have to
this.
see The Long Kiss Goodnight. It's a mid-90s total, like, boiler pop action
Okay.
movie. It's got Logan Roy from,
Dawson's
Succession.
Creek.
No,
Oh,
the
no.
the actor who plays Logan Roy, Brian Cox. It's got Brian Cox.
Oh,
I say I don't know who Logan Roy
Okay,
is.
so the
I love
short
Brian Cox.
trailer premise is that Gina Davis is this housewife who knows that she lost her memory 8 years ago and has a young daughter and just an average life, and she doesn't realize she's actually a trained assassin from the CIA. And then
I thought
something
you were going to say
happens
she's
to
actually
unlock.
Santa.
Yeah, she's actually Santa. That would be a great. But something happens to unlock her memory, and then of course, and Samuel L. Jackson is the other major star in it.
Oh my
Amazing.
God.
Yeah,
Okay, adding this to the Christmas
Long
list.
Kiss Goodnight. And it's got a ton of Christmas from beginning to, well, a lot of the middle doesn't, but then again in the end.
Okay,
But
good.
it's worth
Sure.
seeing.
All right.
Well,
Good recommendation.
this is all a really good ramp up to a game that we all agreed in advance to play, but we have no idea what's going to happen because part of this is me not knowing what you have
Yay.
planned. And this is a game I first heard you do on Sarah's old podcast, Hi, I Think You're Nice, where Christine and I have both been guests on that. And can people still hear old episodes of that?
They
Sarah?
can. Yep.
Oh,
I
great.
keep it alive
Oh, thank
just in
you.
case someone's listening.
And
And someone's
I
like,
just remember loving this segment so much where Christine would write fake versions of holiday movie
Mhm.
synopsis.
I showed up with
Christine
like a
would.
binder
She did.
full of stuff. Like,
And
all right, Sarah, buckle up for 5 hours. We're talking
and
Christmas.
2 different types of bells.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
I only brought
Okay,
one bell this
ring
year.
the bell.
I don't know where the other bell is, but I have. This is my traditional Rudolph bell I got from Kris Kringle's shop in Leavenworth. So
Love
it's
it.
been verified as a true Santa bell.
It looks like a leash of some sort.
Well,
Well,
it's also for holiday fun time. Uh,
So the premise is
Anyway.
originally Christine would write these fake holiday movie summaries and
mhm,
then pair them up with real holiday movie summaries, and
mhm.
Sarah would guess which is which.
Yes.
And then the listener would play along. And so now you each have done that.
I
Well,
still haven't
You still
done
haven't done
it.
So Christine has
Christine's
done
done
it.
it all, so it's going to be a game for me too.
a couple
Okay,
hours
well,
ago, I did these.
Yeah.
So we'll see how well it goes.
Well, Sarah and I
But
will
yes, I have
compete.
4 rounds. I have 4
Okay.
rounds where you will decide which one is the Christmas fake and which one is the Christmas bake. And you can work together because of the holidays. We work together.
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll
we're
let me know
competing
which
in
one
real
you think
life.
is which.
Okay.
Sound good? Are we ready for round 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we start with round 3? No, go ahead.
Sure. No, we can. We're going to. Oh, actually, no. I'm saving round 3 for the end. We're going 1, 2, 4,
4,
3.
3.
Yes.
Gotcha. I was going to suggest that.
Okay. Round 1. Movie 1. 3 wise men and a baby. For reasons, all 3 of the adult Brenner brothers currently live with their single mother, Barbara, in their family home. Stephen is an animal therapist and believes that animals are more reliable than people. Taylor, a video game engineer, lives in the basement as the irresponsible, disruptive one who always manages to sabotage good things in his life. And firefighter Luke is only living at home temporarily while he builds his own house, but so far temporarily has lasted 10 months.
Oh boy.
Barbara is hoping her boys will want to spend Christmas together, but they pulled away from each other since their father abandoned them while they were children. 5 days before Christmas, someone leaves a baby at the firehouse specifically for Luke. The note pinned to the baby implores Luke to look after it until Christmas, when the mother promises to come back for it. Luke decides to take care of the baby with his mom's help. But when Barbara is called away due to an emergency, the 3 brothers need to figure out how to care for the baby on their own, which was definitely not on any of their Christmas wish lists. But with this baby in their lives, maybe the Brenner brothers can find a way to work together and discover that at Christmas, family truly is the wisest thing you can rely on.
Wow.
3 wise men and
Okay.
a baby.
3
All
wise
right.
men and a baby. That
Wow.
could be fake. That could be real.
Okay, so the next
Wow.
one, and I kind of tried to pair them up. Father of the Christmas Bride. Harold Pickerton is thrilled that his eldest daughter Lizzie is coming home from her year abroad just in time for the holidays. He'll finally have his little girl back and be able to spend a few relaxing weeks at home with his wife of 20 years, Sue, and their son Matthew. But when Lizzie announces that she met a man during her travels and is engaged, Harold's world turns upside down. Plus, the wedding will be in just 3 weeks on Christmas Eve. Suddenly, Harold finds himself in the middle of nonstop wedding planning, not to mention wedding pain, so that Lizzie and her fiance Brian can have their dream Christmas Wonderland wedding at home. Add in an off-the-wall wedding planner, over-the-top in-laws, and a guest list that seems to keep growing and growing, and this is one wedding Harold just wants to RSVP no to. But as the wedding draws nearer and he sees how happy Lizzie is with her new beau, Harold is reminded that the best Christmas gift of all is the gift of love and family. Father of the Christmas Bride.
Okay. So these are both play on words of existing films. One of them is real, one of them is fake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking
So
these
one
are
of them is a real Hallmark Christmas movie this year.
Okay.
this
The
year.
other I just made up on my couch 2 hours ago,
Okay.
Okay.
but should be a real Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh boy. Now I have my guess, but my guess is a more informed one. So I want to hear Jeremy's, or I can pitch in and we can work together.
I mean, no, if you have some insider knowledge, I don't want to be spoiled. I feel like it would be hard to call that 3 wise men and a baby because they're not. Why would you call those wise men? The way
Because it's
you
Christmas
describe,
time, baby.
I know, but the way you describe those, unless it's like wise men in a very sarcastic way, those are like kind of 3 schlub losers in a way. I mean,
Could be like the 3
Three-
Weissmen and a baby. would
Weissman,
be.
yeah,
Yeah, that
the-
could be a thing.
the Hanukkah version.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have enough Hanukkah movies. And
Hanukkah on Rye is amazing. It was on Hallmark last year, and I love it so much. It's actually my favorite.
really,
It's a
I
little
should look
pitch for
that up.
Hanukkah on Rye. It's
Okay.
You've
Hanukkah
Got
on
Mail
Rye.
meets Hanukkah.
That's
And
right.
I think, is it Peacock that has all the Hallmark movies?
Yes.
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 Okay, so I've got that. Cool. Okay, but not to delay, I'm gonna guess, and also because it's a more recognizable pull, and that people will know Father of the Bride. I'm gonna guess Father of the Christmas Bride is the real one.
Is the bake or the fake?
Is the bake?
Okay.
And my guess is the same, only because you named all of the brothers, and
Oh,
they
interesting.
all have, I don't know, if it had that Christine joie de vivre
This
of
is the problem with me writing these, because
of-
you know.
that's what I mean. I have inside information in that I've worked with Christine
And you
for
name them all
so
after your
long.
pets. And
Gigi, the oldest brother. Well, you're both wrong.
Oh
What?
3
shoot!
Wise Men and a Baby is the real Christmas movie.
What?
Father of the Christmas
Oh.
Bride is the fake. And you should have known I named the character Lizzie after Elizabeth Taylor, who played the original Father of the Bride daughter. So
Oh
that
my
was your
God.
big giveaway.
That
I
was
think
my.
that would have been that would have happened if it were a bake. That would have been a nod to the original.
So did you just put basically Christmas in the title?
Yeah.
In the...
Obviously, Father of the Christmas Bride.
Oh my God. I'm
Done.
such a fool. Oh, another reason I didn't think it was the Three Wise Men, because I'm like, they never cast that many men. Like,
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
there
Well,
was
and
no
actually
love
they
interest
didn't.
in it.
It's one guy who plays all three brothers. It's great.
No, are you being
no,
LOL?
I'm not.
Okay.
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 So far, you two have no candy canes,
I'm
and
so
I have
sorry.
one marshmallow.
Oh
Okay.
my
So for those of you
goodness.
keeping score at home, 0-0 to one marshmallow.
Okay, here we go.
Round 2.
Okay.
Christmas fake or Christmas bake? A royal winter.
Oh God.
After years of study and hard work, Maggie Marks has passed the New York bar and applies for her first job with a big law firm, thanks to an introduction made by her dad, a respected attorney himself. A bit uncertain about her future and whether she is really ready to commit to such a demanding job and give up her hard work volunteering with children, she is nonetheless resigned to the idea. After learning the firm will not make their decision for 2 weeks, Maggie reluctantly agrees to accompany her best friend, Sarah,
That's my name.
on a trip to Europe
I've been there.
while awaiting the results of her interview.
I've had
I've
those
had one
too.
of those.
Upon their arrival in Calpurnia, Maggie is nearly run over by a speeding cyclist who does run over the new hat she just purchased.
No.
But when the cyclist returns soon after with a brand new hat, the two chat, and before she knows it, Maggie has agreed to meet this exceedingly handsome stranger for coffee. What Maggie doesn't know is that this handsome stranger is none other than Prince Adrian, who is to be crowned King of Calpurnia in a week's time. Unfortunately, when Maggie meets Adrian's mother, Queen Beatrice, who is dead set against their budding romance, she decides that she needs to put this holiday romance behind her, return to New York, and dig into her new life as a corporate attorney. Brokenhearted, Maggie tells Adrian goodbye. However, when a surprise visitor arrives to speak with Maggie minutes before her departure, Maggie is faced with a new challenge. What does one wear to the coronation of the guy you plan to spend the rest of your life with?
Amazing.
A royal winter.
A
Wow.
royal winter.
That was a lot. All right.
Oh boy.
Now,
Okay.
that goes up against Christmas fake or bake. Christmas with a royal. As the next in line to the throne of Belgravia, Princess Jacqueline. These are real countries. You said you've been to Europe.
I didn't make it that far.
Yeah,
Yes.
you didn't go to Belgravia or California?
I did not.
They're very small, but mighty. Yeah.
I bet they have amazing airports.
Yeah, they use the euro. As the next in line to the throne of Belgravia, Princess Jacqueline doesn't have time for dating, relationships, or even Christmas. She's too busy figuring out how to keep the citizens of Belgravia content and happy so they don't vote to abolish the monarchy at the next general election.
Wow.
Which happens to be on Christmas Eve. While making an
That time.
appearance at a local shelter to drum up some positive press, Princess Jacqueline catches the eye of a handsome stranger, who immediately throws a Santa hat over Jacqueline's head and tosses her into the back of a van. The next thing she knows, Princess Jacqueline is being held hostage by the leaders of the coalition for a free Belgravia, and they will not let her go until the royal family agrees to step aside. Though frightened, Princess Jacqueline takes comfort in the kind eyes of Ben Royal, her captor. He insists that no one will hurt her, and they're just trying to make Belgravia a better place for all the citizens. After several days of being held captive in a basement with only Ben to keep her company, Princess Jacqueline begins to learn that life as a royal can be more than parties and ribbon-cutting ceremonies, and that she can actually help people with her position and power. As the Christmas kidnapping deadline draws nearer, Jacqueline and Ben find themselves not wanting to leave each other's side, but also wondering, can a royal find love with a royal at Christmas?
Wow.
Christmas with a royal. One of these is a Christmas fake. One of these is a Christmas bake.
You have
It's not the one you think it is.
Oh,
such
no.
a brilliant
That's a giveaway.
mind for this, Christine. It's like sitting with Mozart.
I
It
mean,
is. You could be
yes.
doing this for a living, Christine. I mean,
Truly. My
in between
God.
your tax business.
Well, I am editing a book right now that came out of one of these games. Yeah,
Really?
I'm in the editing class. Yeah, and I was just told that it reads like a professional book, which is very
Oh,
exciting.
of course
A
it
Wow.
does.
professional
A
book,
professional
not that
book.
chicken scratch I've been putting out for years. But it came
Really?
out of this Sarah and I years ago, and I was like, well, that's fun. I should write that down. And now it's a very large file on my computer.
Wow.
So you're going to
Congrats.
So
publish
stay
something?
tuned
Amazing.
for hopefully a book
A book.
eventually.
Are you going to say which one it is?
It's The Royal Rebound. An art history student turned museum worker gets a job working for the Scottish monarchy where she meets Prince Malcolm.
Terrific.
Wow.
Can a royal fling become a real thing?
And then you adapt it into from there, right?
Into a movie starring me and James Fraser from Outlander.
Wow.
And that's the movie. This is the plan.
It's all one plan just to be opposite him.
I'm playing the long game.
I think it's a plan. A plan's a plan. And I think it's a great one.
I can see it. I can envision it. But okay, not to get too sidetracked.
Okay,
we have
so
to
you
guess.
have
It's
a
not the
royal
one.
winter.
Yes.
And then a
And then
hostage
Christmas,
situation.
Christmas with a royal.
Christmas with a royal.
Now, I should also say, not all of these movies that are synopsized are Hallmark, but they are holiday movies.
Yeah.
We believe you. Yeah.
So think of Lifetime. Think of
look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because you said it's not the one you think it is, I think that was a giveaway. I guess I'm gonna guess it's Christmas with the Royal.
Me
even
too.
Though I'm having a hard time.
Is the fake or the bake?
Is the real one, because if you said it isn't the one I think it is, because
fake.
like what kind of like Stockholm syndrome Christmas madness would that be?
Christmas in Stockholm syndrome.
There you go.
What's the working title?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That's my final answer.
Jeremy, final answer?
Yes.
All right, you're both wrong again. I told a little fib to make you guys to throw you off this.
You pants on fire.
So cruel.
I know. Well, I didn't lie. I just said it's not the one you think it is, thinking that you were thinking already that it was the other one because I said it was the other one. And then because I said that, you would think, oh, it's the other one.
Okay.
Well, so you go back to your original.
Oh, wow. This is like some Princess
I'm
Bride.
playing chess while y'all are playing checkers.
This is like some Princess Bride Iocane powder scene logic.
Yes. You know why? Because this gal's got 2 marshmallows now. And you're sitting there with no candy canes.
We got no candy canes, Jeremy. No candy canes.
Christmas with the Royal was like somebody was on a deadline and the producer was like, I need you to write, but I have a fever of 104. I don't care. Just write something. And that's what came out of that.
I mean, I was like, I did write it like 10 minutes before I left to come here. And I was like, okay, Christmas the Royal, what's going to happen? Okay, his name is Royal. Kidnapping, great, done. Nothing says holidays, like falling in love with your captor.
Oh, boy.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, there's more. I thought you only had...
Round 3. I
have... You have 4 rounds.
I have 4 rounds.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay. Is that okay?
Of course. I mean, it's not my show. Whatever Jeremy says.
I'm captivated. Go for it.
Okay. Christmas fake or Christmas bake. It helps if I say it again. Flipping Christmas. With Christmas just around the corner, ambitious realtor and designer Abigail has no time for holiday spirit, having just landed a career-changing opportunity to represent Develocorp, the largest property development company in the city. A busy Abigail is torn when her sister calls for help during the holidays with the simple flip of a recently inherited home. Abigail, who buries herself in work, reluctantly sets off to help the family, but is thrown a curveball when she learns the inherited house has a co-beneficiary, Beau, the town's handsome contractor. Oh. Abigail needs to sell the home for her sister, who needs the money to make room for her growing family, including their dad, who has recently moved in. Beau, on the other hand, wants to use the house as a bed and breakfast. As Abigail and Beau negotiate the pros and cons of each option, her holiday spirits are lifted as their collaboration leads to a reinvigorated sense of community. However, when Abigail unwittingly draws Develocorp's attentions to some local prime real estate, they bid to purchase the vacant land with the intent to regentrify Beau's beloved community. Abigail is devastated after revealing the impending sale to Beau, knowing she's dampened their budding relationship. As she sets out to quash the deal and rescue the local community spirit, she discovers what's truly important in life: the love of family, friends, and that special someone, especially during the holidays. Flipping Christmas. Okay, that's going up against Santa Switch. Now I put these together because switch and flip are a little similar.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure
Yeah.
everyone knew
Yeah.
that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so
San-
Santa Switch?
Santa Switch.
That also could be
Uh-oh.
a porn thing if we wanted it to be.
As the pizza man
and I
showed
do.
up on Christmas Eve. No, I'm just kidding. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. As the Christmas season approaches, workaholic dad Dan Rybeck is facing unemployment and struggling to pay for the gifts he thinks will impress his two kids, Sally and Joe. Always chasing a new business idea, Dan hasn't had time for family, including his wife, Linda, who is finally fed up and filing divorce papers. Threatened by Linda's handsome and successful young boss, Trevor, Dan knows he must make this Christmas the best one yet to win his family back. But after auditioning for a mall Santa job and quickly losing his cool, Dan is frustrated and broke, blaming the holidays for his troubles. Little does he know, his luck is about to turn around when the real Kris Kringle pays him a visit from the North Pole. Deciding to take a vacation and leave Dan in charge, Kris sends his hardworking elf assistant, Eddie, to guide Dan as the new Santa Claus, hoping he'll learn a lesson in Christmas spirit. With the sudden power to impress Linda and the kids by making every wild Christmas wish come true, Dan soon gets carried away as the fate of the whole world's Christmas rests in his hands. Can Dan focus on what his family really needs without flubbing his greatest gig yet? Santa Switch.
Whew.
Yeah. Okay. Also,
yes. It's
we've
not
learned
the one we think.
we've learned I'm a little sneaky sometimes.
You are.
So remember that when you think about Christmas fake and Christmas bake.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm a sneaky little elf.
So did she pretend to flub and not be able to read her own writing? Or did...
Maybe they're both mine.
Oh.
Or they're both not mine.
Okay, so what was the helper's name in Santa Switch?
Eddie.
Eddie? Isn't that the name of the helpful elf in the Santa Claus?
No, it's not.
No?
His name is Bernard.
Oh, it is Bernard.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was
I
some
have a
Santa
huge
Claus
crush on him. I
elements
love
to
that
though.
actor.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
There was some similarities to the Santa Claus in that, weren't there?
Mhm.
Yes, there were.
Hmm.
There were a lot.
I have an idea. Jeremy, you pick one, I pick the other, so at least someone gets a candy.
I was going to say, yeah, we don't have to be in agreement here.
Yeah.
Ha! The tables have turned.
Oh no, my plan.
I'll take the Santa Switch as the bake. As
Okay.
the real, even though I think it's baloney, but I'll take it.
I was going to guess the other one anyway. It was Flipping Christmas, I think, is the bake.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You both get a candy cane. They are both real movies.
Yeah.
That was a Trixie one. That was Trixie.
Trixie Hobbitses.
I got Trixie Hobbitses, which is a great segue because Eddie is played by Sean Astin in that movie.
Is it really?
Yes.
Is he really?
Trixie Hobbitses.
Trixie
And this movie was a failure apparently because of the Santa Claus. It was too similar. And people liked the Santa Claus more.
When did it come out compared to the Santa Claus?
Well, it said it came out in 2013, but I'm like, so why are people still really excited about the 90s Santa Claus?
I don't know.
But that was the reviews I was reading about it were like, well, this one wasn't a success because of Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
Well, there were three of those at least. The Tim Allen one had a few sequels, and now there's like a short miniseries on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I haven't seen the second one. I've seen the third one because Martin Short plays Jack Frost in it. And sings,
God. Oh, God. Yes.
Instead of New York, he sings North Pole, North Pole. And I love it.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah.
I had blocked that out.
It's so good. Yeah. The Santa Claus movies, funny enough. So June, my daughter, she's obsessed with Santa Claus right now. And so she wants to watch Santa. And I've been trying to find Christmas shows with Santa. There actually are not a lot of Christmas movies with Santa on screen a lot. We watched the Santa Claus, and it begins with Santa falling off the roof into snow. She's like, I'll fall down. I'm like, yeah, he's okay. Santa's okay. He's just playing. He's being silly. I'm just like, oh no, I forgot about this. But yeah, if anyone out there has recommendations for Santa movies.
Santa movie.
Yeah. Okay, we have one more round.
Okay.
This is the big round. This is round 3.
Okay.
A Very Venice Christmas.
Okay.
Amy Booth, a corporate restaurant marketer and enthusiastic foodie, is sent to Venice 3 weeks before Christmas to lure the hottest up-and-coming chef, Antonio Marcello, into helping her company's new restaurant venture. When Marcello declines, Amy signs up for his advanced cooking course to make her case and get him to change his mind. But after a few late nights over the stove together, Amy begins to wonder if she and Antonio are starting to cook up more than pasta primavera, or if this trip was a recipe for disaster. No good? All right. Christmas bake or Christmas fake? A Very Venison Christmas.
Oh, God.
Marketing executive and one of Time Magazine's top 30 under 30, Amy Booth, is devastated to be leaving New York.
Wait, what was her name in the
Amy Booth, you heard me right.
She's
Amy
back.
Booth.
Is devastated to be leaving New York and returning to her small hometown in Burleton, Alaska for the Christmas holiday. But when the local reindeer farm is put up for sale, Amy realizes she must take action so the town doesn't lose its biggest money generator in tourist draw. With the help of single dad Tony and his precocious daughter Vienna, Amy soon learns that life in the big city isn't everything. And with the right people around you, miracles can happen at Christmas. A Very Venison Christmas.
I thought it was going to be Venice. I thought we were going from Venice to Venice. But it's the same.
Venison.
Venice to venison.
Yeah. Did you write both of these? You monster.
Are they Christmas big? And this one is worth 3 gumdrops.
Oh, wow.
How does
Okay.
that stack against candy cane?
So gumdrops actually take candy canes away, so you don't want to get it right.
oh.
It's a very no, I don't know. The gumdrops will get you to the same level as 2 marshmallows, which make us all winners.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Boy.
So should
So
we-
which
we
is the
each
Christmas
guess a different
bake
one
and
again?
which is a Christmas fake? Or are they both fake or all bakes?
Oh.
What did you say, Jeremy?
I'm going to say they're both fake.
I'm gonna say,
Hmm?
oh God,
Hmm?
it's the or is this trip a recipe for disaster? Is what that one hurt me the most.
Mm-hmm.
And then miracles can. I'm gonna say they're. Would you do 4 reels in a row?
I don't know. I wrote this real
You
fast.
did.
I was in a jingle bell haze.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
So mad at me.
I'm so mad. These are so awful.
I
I mean,
know.
they're amazing.
I know. No,
okay.
they're terrible. I
Okay.
hate them.
I'm gonna say they're both real. So you say both fake. I say both real.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. They are both fake.
Okay.
Sort of.
Okay.
They are
Oh.
both Christmas fakes because I read the titles wrong when I was looking at them. There is a movie called A Very Venice Romance that has that similar premise. I just made it at Christmas.
Okay.
So that's a sort of.
Okay.
And then A Very Venison Christmas is actually my pitch to HBO. It's a murder slasher Christmas film. And they just picked it
Ah.
up. It'll be out next year.
amazing.
So you
Congrats.
got both right.
Wow.
So we all win.
We all win. Yay.
Wow. Okay,
Especially
well, I have
us.
a surprise for you then. One last bonus round.
Oh shit.
This is going to be quick though, but I did come up with 2 for you to choose from.
Okay.
Oh my god, I've
For you
never
two to
played
guess
it
from.
before.
It's
Okay.
fun.
So one of these is real,
Christmas
and
bake.
hopefully you've never heard of it because it's obscure. And
Mhm.
then one of them is made up by artificial intelligence based on a prompt I gave it, and then translated into French, then French into German, German into Urdu, Urdu into Kurdish, Kurdish into Welsh, Welsh into Icelandic, and then back into English.
Fantastic.
So
International Christmas.
it could be, yeah. So you'll have to guess which of these is a real movie plot and which of these is made up by artificial intelligence and translated through several languages and back into English. So
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
number 1, It's a Wonderful Life.
Real.
George Bailey, a man, don't guess yet, a man who has given up his dreams to help others in his small town. Don't guess yet. On Christmas Eve, he faces a financial crisis and wishes he had never been born. This could be fake. His guardian angel, Clarence, shows him how different the world would be without him and how much he has touched the lives of those around him. George realizes that he has a wonderful life after all and is greeted by his family and friends who rally to support him. Could
Mhm.
be fake. Hold your
How did you
judgment.
spell Clarence in that?
Yeah, that would be really devious if it was just like Clarence with 2 Y's or something.
Oh.
Okay. It was Clarence. Okay.
Okay.
The other one that could be real or fake. Love is under the frozen ground. Lily is a successful but lonely lawsuit sales manager and has to return to her home country in Snowville in a big job. She knows Jake, who is the producer of the fascinating and attractive Snow and runs family work. Jeek, his name is now changed to Jiek. Jeek helps Lily fix the sorcery of Christmas and enjoys creating a man made from the fallen frost of the winter sky. Sussin's actions, however, I guess Sussin is Jake's last name. Sussin's actions, however, are the continuation of the J.K. paint to harm the owls and rivers, and they must choose between his professions and his heart. Can Lily and Gick, I don't know, I guess
Is that
Gick
his brother?
his nickname,
It's his
overcome their
nickname.
difference? Can
She
Lily and
calls it
Gick overcome their difference under the water and find true love? So
I'm
there you
not
go.
gonna lie. That second one seems like a plot from one of our stage shows. That makes about as much sense. The names
Yeah.
change a little bit through the show.
They do, because I don't remember them.
And oh yeah, Snowtown.
Yeah, we had
a person out of a
Snowden.
snow from a Snowtown.
Yeah, we ended up in a snow globe because
of the Christmas curse.
The protagonist wished for a simpler life and that she wished she could live in a little town in her snow globe.
Mhm.
Ends up in the snow globe. It's a
Like-
little bit Truman Show. It's
A little bit Black Mirror, yeah.
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 But like at Christmas.
But at Christmas. Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
There's a Black Mirror White Christmas episode. You remember that one, right?
I
No.
don't know.
Oh, that's one of the best ones.
Black Mirror hurts me.
Yeah, I get that too.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have friends vet it and then tell me which ones to watch.
That one you can watch, except for it is emotionally difficult. But it's intense. It's good.
Mhm.
I just love that. I never realized our show is an AI Christmas story.
It's true.
That's what it comes out
So
to
much
be.
better than that, though. I do hope, and just as a final way of saying thank you for joining us, I do hope everyone gets a chance to see your show if they are around the Seattle area.
Oh.
If I'll try to get this out in time for them to see. The production's coming up on Saturday the 16th, right?
Yep.
And then
5:30.
Saturday the 23rd is the last
Yes.
opportunity at Pike Place Market at Unexpected Productions, and we'll provide links to the show on our show notes.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
please.
It's a Wonderful Life was the real one.
That was the real
Oh,
one.
That was
yeah.
the Christmas bake.
I can't believe you saw through my charade.
Yeah.
Did we get it?
Yes,
we won
you
4
win,
candy
you win
canes.
400 gumdrops for that.
Oh, 400.
It was the fallen frost that really tipped me off.
Well,
Yeah.
and I've seen that one. I've seen the It's a Wonderful Life. I remember
I
that.
thought it was
from my
obscure.
childhood.
I had never heard of it until I
It's a
looked up.
black and white art film.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time you watch it, this is something I observed when I watched it with my family recently. How many times they grab lapels? Like there is at
That's
least
drama.
one lapel grab per scene.
That's the drinking game.
Truly.
Grab the lapels.
So just anyway, it's a very lapel based show.
I will look for that.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I like
thank you
that
so
the cops
much.
are
This
named
was-
Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, that always
So
stood out to
cute.
me too.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Okay.
you, Jeremy. This was fun. Thanks for letting us just
Yes.
do what we like to do.
Thank you for having us and letting
Yeah.
us be silly. And should we sing now?
Go right ahead.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we no place to go, come to our show, come to our show, come to our show. Wow.
Yay.
Wow. Best
Thank
work
you
ever.
so
Take the
much.
girls out of the vaudeville, but you can't take the vaudeville out of the girls.